We got some Dark replays today. 2 different replays of him playing 1v1 in the past month. And every time I check them out, I feel like I can't possibly keep them to myself. I have to show you guys as well, and Dark will make it very clear why. But we are also on the run to 100,000 subscribers in this year, as Dark's going to get a reset into a ground pinch. So, if you haven't already, use this as your time to subscribe. We love to give you guys nice big tournaments as well as videos like this one about Dark, which I know a lot of you have as your favorites, as Dark's going to wall dash into a reset pogo, but he's doing so from past the half-field line, trying to score from distance. This one will be denied, but it's not often that we get to see Dark play 1v1. He doesn't grind it too much, and so whenever replays do pop up on ball chasing, they're usually worth checking out, as Dark is going to do his classic wave dash fake on his challenge, but by the time I can even talk about that, he is crossing the whole field and hitting a reset shot as well. Now, one thing that I noticed looking at this replay is Dark doesn't get the best of connections to EU servers where he plays his ranked. He's also going to be named Mohammed, but it's going to be pretty clear watching him that it's Dark. The thing about Dark is that it's impossible to hide under any name, as he gets a nice backboard double reset top left. But I think his connection to this server was maybe not so great. Actually, it might have been the other guy who uploaded it. But either way, something about their connections were not great, because you're going to see it kind of be slightly choppy. Nothing wrong with the processing of the video. Just know some replays are like that. And sure, we can maybe not upload it, but come on. It's certainly going to be much better. You can see the ball kind of jumping right there, even as Dark rolls it to the side wall. And then gets 3 resets, dribbles, and 50s in for a 4-0 lead. So a completely clean slate so far, and a lot of that has to do with quickly getting possession off of kickoffs. And Dark's not going to go to the midfield boost this time. Good read that Hiku was going to put the ball into the corner, and Hiku was out of boost, so decided to back off and go to their own corner. So now it's going to be a Dark full field air dribble. Diaz is a guy who is winning tournaments recently doing stuff like this. Dark does it in a slightly different way. He's going to do it with a pogo and a musty. Diaz going the length of the entire field. Dark being allowed to land on the ground and pogo behind the ball is something that his opponents will not let him do very often. Hiku might let him do it this time in ranked, but he will learn very quickly, and Dark can't really get away with it in show matches. A little pass to himself. Oh my goodness, Dark. Okay, we're going to have to go back and watch this one again. Yeah, this one does lead to the forfeit, and can you really blame him? But you guys probably already went back and watched it. We have to watch it again. Dark pass to himself, first touch reset, and then uses the flip to slam it into the ground, and perfectly positions to get another reset that he instantly backflips off of into one more reset. You might be thinking, oh, certainly that's where it ends, right? Certainly he flips onto the ball, backflips, and he's just going to musty it in. So it's like, that's the final touch. Everyone who's reasonable thinks this is the final touch. No, it's actually a canceled flick into another reset in order to put it past Hiku. And he says, oh yeah, I'm done getting styled on, so I am going to forfeit. This was a nice, clean 6-0 within about a minute and 40 seconds or whatever on the clock. So I had to show you guys. It was too clean. But we have another one. We have another one from Dark as well. Another game of Dark playing some ranked this time. He is going to be in the Fennec and playing against a Cybertruck. I'm not sure if we've had a Cybertruck on the channel in any form yet, but recently added to the game as Dark gets a double reset. It looks like this replay was saved a bit cleaner. I don't know if Rasani, who was the one, or Wasabi, who was the one who uploaded it, had a bit of a better connection. Oh, this might be a Middle East game, because Dark actually has low ping on this server as well. But the Cybertruck is a part of the game now, and it's playing against Dark in this ranked 1v1. Another kickoff possession in Dark's favor. In the previous game we watched, it's hard to even call it a game because it was just a quick beatdown. Dark had basically possession the entire game. He's going to go for another one of these plays that we just saw him finish the previous game with, which is that reset and then ground double back into another reset. This time, though, Rasawi's showing that it's not as guaranteed of a play, as he is able to eat it up, take it away, and turn it in for a goal of his own. And Dark maybe not getting guaranteed possession every time. He does follow Rasawi into the corner. Rasawi trying to counter by going full field on the air dribble, and Dark playing it very passive, and that's something we've always seen him do, just trying to go for goal line saves. One of the reasons is because those goal line saves lead to opportunities to play back corner dribbles with the whole field in front of him, and that is clearly what he's trying to set up every time he's playing in ones. Now he's going to go all the way from his own back corner at around ceiling heights. A rare missed setup, especially after watching that last game where he seemed to be perfectly on point. That was a chance for Rosawi to score, as Dark was playing too close on that side wall, but comes out unscathed, so it'll stay tied. Now pre-flip into another reset. He's going to use it for a wave dash shot this time. And Dark truly has the full range of everything you want to see in the air. And we saw him, you know, prove that against a guy like Oski, who definitely can save anything that isn't reasonable. You know, sometimes I think people will watch some of these games and think just because Dark is taking ranked a little bit easier and maybe playing against opponents that are a little bit lower, thinking, oh, these tricks don't work against the best of the best, but they do. I mean, maybe not the best of the best of the best of the best. We're talking like Nasr or Wasin that, you know, maybe they'd start to get reads, but I think even they would recognize that it's better to dispossess Dark before he can get started into the madness than try and react to what he can do in the air, chaining some dashes together to get underneath this one. And that's actually something that I've noticed just watching. I was about to say he's not dashing much. I was about to say, just watching these two games from this past month, he's not dashing as nearly as much as he was maybe a couple months ago. But of course, he then single jumped into like 5 consecutive dashes. But even those were not the kind that I'm talking about, where he's just trying to chain as many zap dashes and wall dashes together as possible. He's going to be forced back off. And an interesting first touch reset defensively. Wasawi playing super passive is going to make it work out, and then actually pops it over the top of him for a rare ground goal. Dark going to roll one in on the ground to take the lead, as he's now up 3-2. Ooh, this is a throwback. We haven't seen this half flip kickoff in a long time, where you touch the ball with the back end of your car in attempts to quickly recover and control the ball later, but it's going to work out for Dark. He even tried some madness power sliding and dashing to keep up with that ball, but he won't end up getting a direct goal from it, only going to keep the possession going. Now a bit of a greedy challenge attempt after the misplay, and this is kind of something that Dark has always done poorly that I think could be an easy fix, which is, you know, locking in onto that back corner and just zap dashing over to it. Whether that means just not going for it as often, whether it means maybe trying to keep ball cam on to recognize, you know, when you need to be giving up, or even just making read faster. But Dark does seem to be in love with zap dashing with ball cam off to the back corner boost. So something tells me it'd be tough for him to change that. Big flick, and I can't imagine that Dark is going to find a clear way to save this, but he does. He decides to go over the top of it, and is actually around for the follow-up as well, despite all the boost that cost him. He'll zap dash his way to the sidewall. He's going to go to ceiling height. I was going to say, I don't expect to see Dark wait on this one. He's going to try and challenge one way or the other. Decides to use the sidewall and ceiling. Works out well, but could not read the fake there. He was thinking about playing off the touch from Wasawi and trying to stay at top speed to maybe grab a demo or grab a quick read off of his touch, but that touch never came, and instead just setting up a bounce off the back wall for a long shot. So 4-4. Fake kickoff from Dark. And now playing off the back wall. Doesn't really see an opportunity to score, so just keeps possession in his favor as he takes it to the other side, and just tested his opponents on whether or not he could get out, in and out, and make the save, because he just kind of hovered it at crossbar height and said, I dare you to be able to do it, which, to be fair, Rosawi did. Now with 30 seconds left to go, Dark waiting in this corner for both this boost probably and just to get an eventual possession. I think mostly he wanted the possession, but it wouldn't have hurt had it spawned underneath him. It did not, though. He's going to grab the left side boost. A nice air dribble. The reset is crossbar down and in. And that is exactly the kind of possession that Dark is always looking for. A chance to break away, to set up from the back corner with a defender that cannot challenge him early. A delay kickoff from Wasawi in attempts to cheese out the ending of the game. And I love to see it, because it probably did give him a better chance than just taking a standard kickoff. but it does seem like Dark with a boost advantage shouldn't have much trouble getting this to the ground, and he will. So Dark going to win this one as well, and I felt like they were both much worth watching. Now, of course, his name is Muhammad in this one and the previous one, but I think we all know that this is Dark, and it shouldn't, and if it's not Dark, hey, we've got another Dark clone that I'm really excited about, but it is just the same Dark, proven by his Steam account, which I have added. But a nice video, a couple quick games. I don't even think we got maybe to 12 or 11 minutes, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember, subscribe if you guys like the channel.